All right. Hello, 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 everybody. I'm so glad you joined me tonight. This is Scary Sherry tonight. This is what my kids called me when I go wash my hair and then I just let it dry naturally. But it's been such a busy day today. And every now and then you're just going to see me like this. So with that being said, I just want to thank all of you for coming on here. I know I sent out some quick little invitations to make sure that people showed up tonight because I have something really good to share with you at the end of this. And I just want to welcome you to our Team Visionaries training tonight. I'm Sherry Denny. I'm your corporate director with APLGO. And I absolutely see some more corporate directors coming up in the ranks before the end of this year because of what is going to be shared. And I know you're all happy about that. So here's the part where I'm going to stop and let you guys, you can unmute yourselves and share a win that you had this week or something really cool that happened that inspired you. And it doesn't even have to be about your business. I know things are going on out there and everybody's got something happening, but it's time to shine the light on you. So anybody want to, there's a few of you on here, anybody want to open up, start out?
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh, Daniel, thank you so much.
So you kind of know the background of what I had going on today.
Yes.
But the fun thing is, and the sad thing is at the same time, Sherry's best friend from high school, her mother passed away about 10 days ago or so. But I was friends with the family for a long time, as was John Mahan. So we had the memorial service for her today, but I was able to connect with Sherry's friend, Sherry, and my old friend that I played football with and everything from a long time ago, her husband, Danny Rogers. And the fun thing was Danny's parents were were dear to me because his dad, Bert, was former Air Force and his mom was a nurse. And they taught me how to be an emergency medical technician back when I was in school. And then I sat down and had a long conversation with them, and they were some of the people that were instrumental in me making my decision to become a career Coast Guard person. So I was finally able to get back in touch with them today. So that was my win.
You know, Daniel, that is awesome. And you know, it's interesting how events bring people together, especially weddings and funerals. It's just funny how that happens. But it was so nice of you to send me those pictures and yeah, Sherry in high school. I mean, all the way from third grade all the way up, we were best friends. And anytime anybody had call our name, we'd both look. So it's so nice to know that you're there and be able to support the family. And I love your story. That's awesome. I think I'd heard that before, but that's really cool how that all came together. Thank you for sharing that, Daniel.
Yeah, you know, I also remember back in the high school days, is all you guys were the pretty girls there, and I always thought I was not good enough to get interacting with you. And boy, was I wrong, but that's all right. We're friends now.
And you know what? You were wrong. And the interesting thing about that is the mindset coaching that we've all had these last 3 years have been the best. And we're learning a lot about ourselves that it didn't matter what anybody else thought. It's too bad we lost so many years, hours, years, decades, worrying what other people thought all the time. And, you know, why does it take us till we're all about around the same age here? We're between 47 and I'm giving that to Tuesday and and 70. You know, we've gone through some stuff. So, and there's John
right.
there. Thank you so much.
The fun thing is the network marketing actually gives you the tools to be self-confident.
Yes,
And it's too bad a long time ago.
Yeah, if we only knew back then what we know now, I wonder how different all of us would be. I know we'd all be a lot more confident. So does anybody else have anything they want to share? Randy, I see you're unmuted. Yes, no, Flea, I know you've got to have. a brag or a win?
I don't know if it's a win, but we had a really great student PFA show last week, and it was really crowded with people. It was awesome. So
That's great. And I think you need to get closer to your computer. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
okay.
Oh, there we go.
How's that?
That's much better. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Everything's calmed down now. So, but it was a great show. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I saw that now that was your students that had their artwork up, right?
Yeah, they're all graduating. So they had their well, they had to display their art to graduate. So all the families came, and it was super crowded and really great turnout. So pretty cool.
See, that is a super win. You guys do know that our Clee is a professor of art. You guys know that, right? It's Ohio State. Is that where you are?
Bowling Green State.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, the guy's just loaded with energy and information up here. So, that's our artist on the team. Anybody else have a celebrate your win or a brag that you have? Any new people on the team, or we're gonna make that happen anyway. So thank you so much for sharing that. And this is what I did yesterday. I'm just going to run through these real quick. I'm not going to run the whole thing, but you guys, we've been doing testimonials. Hold on just a second. I'm going to stop that one. Kelly Fox is well, she's going to tell you what she is here, but she's a hairstylist. She's been doing this for a long time, but she also has some voice issues, and she wasn't able to do this recording. So guess what? She had it done with AI. Lee helped her do that.
I'm a hairstylist for the past 41 years. In all my experience, I have never seen a product that works better for increasing hair growth.
Is that cool or what? When I heard that, at first I thought it was her voice. There's only a couple things in there where you can kind of tell that it might be AI. So here's what we're doing is we're getting as many of these testimonials as we can, and you guys can send them to me on a voice message about any product. And these are what is going to be featured on our national call, our weekly training, wherever they want to use that. But you guys are the first ones to do this. So I'm pretty excited about it. We did do, Julia and I did a national call, and that's kind of where I got the idea. So anyway, I'm just going to pop through a couple more so you can see what they look like.
Hi, my name's Clee Miller. I'm in the Diamond Club with APLGO, and I just want to share some experiences with some of the products with this great.
Hi, this is Sherry Denny. I'm a corporate director with APLGO, and I have an incredible testimony about our Americano coffee. You see, and then doing it with video is even better.
I'm Dr. Bobby Lucas. I'm a chiropractor in Wausau, Alaska. I've been practicing pretty close to 45 years.
He did his on the serum right here. He loves it for his head. It was all, I mean, just rough and kind of scaly. He started using just 2 drops of the serum on his head, and he doesn't have that effect anymore. Here's another one that he did.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Dr. Bobby Lucas. I'm a chiropractor in Wausau, Alaska. I've been practicing pretty close to 45 years. Nutrition's been a big part of my.
And oops, hold on just a second. And he talks about all of those products that I had listed right in here. Those are the ones that he did.
Bobby.
And then the next one, we also want to get some on the company itself. And I know this guy is just loving this.
Hi, my name's Neil Thomas. I'm from the UK. As an experienced networker, I was amazed at the product range of APLGO and the affordability of the products.
And see, you guys, these are all people that are on this specific team so far. And because these were shown last night, I had people that wanted to do, they asked me to do a training on how to make all this happen. And I'm going to tell you, it wasn't easy. But I think I mentioned on the training last night that a lot of this happened because I know how to do Canva, but getting this little thing on here from a voice message in Facebook Messenger, you cannot download that. There's a secret tool to go back in there and do that, and I found it. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with people so they can do it too. So we'd love to have your testimony on here as well. And you know, now that you've seen a few examples, let's get yours on here too and share with the rest of the teams. They love this, you guys. So here's some more. I want to talk about some current promos that we're doing. You guys probably saw it this morning. If you're on Telegram, you're seeing it first. Well, actually, if I put it on, sometimes I see it there first. I usually see it on the mastermind group, and I'm able to pop it over there right away onto our team Visionaries. But really, if all the information, the news and everything is on Telegram, and if you go to our team Visionaries Facebook Messenger, you will see that link on there somewhere. Just ask for it, we'll get to you too. So right now, if you haven't done it yet, everybody, because it's the end of March and it's the first part of the quarter of the year, and this is where they're doing that new thing this year. If you haven't placed an order since December 31st, go in there and make sure that you've checked your back office, make sure that it looks like this down here, all 4 of those boxes. Well, actually just these 2 right here. If you don't have somebody in your left side or your right side, you just want to make sure that this is done for this month. Well, it might not be done for this month if you haven't placed an order, but you definitely want to make sure that you place at least a 40 PV. And when you're over here, if you see it like this, click on the qualifying details and it will show you exactly what you need to do. Most people only need to do a 40 PV, but if you're diamond and you want to just get recognized at the diamond level, most people are placing a 100 PV order, and that gives them the managing director connection with that. That's been something new. I know it's hard to explain, but most people just do their 40 PV. But go in there and check your qualifications, because you are going to want to be qualified for what's going to happen throughout the rest of this year. And let me go to the next one here. Cruise news. This just happened this morning. We knew about it yesterday, but we wanted to make sure that all of the translation on there was correct, because I'm telling you, the last promo we did, it's like several of the others we've had, the translation doesn't come through right, and it's confusing. So we made sure on this one, the words were all in English and they made sense. So Sergi has put this announcement out that double the points for the promo for the cruise from today until I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern on the 27th on Wednesday. But you can ask any of the people that went on the travels before when we went to Egypt, and that's why I was so excited. It dawned on me, you guys, Egypt is actually in Africa, and I mean, duh, that was a blonde moment. But there's many times that I've had on my dream book Africa, and it didn't have to be South Africa, anywhere in Africa. And it just so happens that that was there, and that has happened. But ask anybody that's gone on these trips how amazing they are. And now you can actually earn double points. So I'm pretty excited about that, because I'm so close to it. But I'm still trying to make it so that it's for 2, and then I feel like it's so far away. But this is an opportunity to do personal activity over and get these points here. By the way, you don't need me to read this. I know you guys can read it yourselves, but it's also on our team Visionaries Facebook Messenger. I'm also still doing the launch parties, and this has been pretty cool. When you get people interested, go ahead and invite 4 to 8 people. If 4 of them show up, I will do the webinar for you and get them interested and hopefully get them enrolled as well. But even if that's it, you'll get $100 bonus if you do that. But even if you have 1 or 2 people that do show up, believe me, they are going to be interested. They're going to want to know more. And it may be a process like we've talked about in the past, but when people realize the validity of this company, they're going to want to go ahead and get registered, whether it's a customer or enrolling as an associate. But I still have this available to you through the end of this month. So what is it going to take? It's going to take being consistent with building, asking those questions, listening with intention, take notes, build that trust and likability. And yeah, this time I spelled likability right. And here's the page, 2 pages to help you with those questions. And I got to use it again this morning. You know, yesterday when I showed the slides and there's the one with the 2 frogs on it, I wish I would have put that on here. I got a lot of attraction with that. And I actually had somebody contact me from Wasilla, Alaska, that wanted to know more about what is that product that you say is so great for springtime for allergies and hay fever and whatnot. And we started that conversation. And as soon as I was able to get her on a phone call, that's when I started using this. And I have my little notebook out here and I'm seeing the questions here and I'm writing them down with her name and everything. And hopefully I can have her registered as a new associate into the business before Wednesday. But if not, that's okay too. And again, you don't want everybody. People are going out there and they're talking with people and they feel like they're just not getting them interested. When you ask questions like this, that's on this slide, people get the feeling, because it's authentic, they get the feeling that you're really interested in them and you're not just taking a survey to, spam them or anything. You really care. And that's when this comes out in your voice. It comes out in the passion that you have for this business. And it comes also out with the excitement you have. Because I can tell you, if you're talking to anybody and you're like, well, yeah, this is a pretty cool business, what do you think they're going to do? So anyway, I wanted to bring this up again because I'm using this every day. Okay, here's another section I want to bring up, and we're going to start talking about this too, because this is so important. I know that all of you read books, and you guys can unmute and let me know what your favorite one is. I'm going to share what I've been reading. In fact, a lot of you already know this. I'll go first on this one because I'm already talking blah, blah, blah. So I want you to share a book or a podcast that you're currently listening to and how that has affected your life. Now, I don't need to know about the book. I just need to know how that's affected your life. And for example, I've been reading Ask and It Is Given by Abraham and Esther Hicks. And it's really opened my eyes to manifesting that, Tina and Kelly are always talking about this. And I was always thinking, fairy dust. But I have been listening to this since last September. And it truly happens when you put down exactly what it is that you want and truly go through the steps that make this happen. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put, and can I be quick enough to do this? I'm going to put this in the chat. Let's see, can I open up the chat here somewhere? Chat 3. Here is, I'm going to share that book with you. So there that is. Yes, The Secret. It's been amazing. I love that. So if anybody wants to open up and wants to unmute and share the book that they're currently reading or a podcast that they're doing, I'd be more than happy to hear it. Anybody? Don't be shy. Okay, All right, I don't have any takers on that. So next time.
I've got one, but I got to figure it out real quick.
Oh, okay, great.
But go ahead and continue and I'll find it and put it on the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that, Daniel. I know Daniel's been reading a lot of things from, well, lots of books that we have. We share through Audible all the time. So I'd really appreciate that. If you guys have a book that you want to share, go ahead and put it in the chat. And then you guys know that at the end of the end of the presentation here or our training, you can go to the chat and go down to the bars, the lower part of that, and you'll see these 3 little dots, and you can download the whole chat onto your own computer, and you can have all those for yourself. And I think that's where that's at. Yeah, it is. Right where there it says everyone, and then there's those 3 little dots. Click on that and you'll be able to save the chat. I make it saved for me anyway, just by doing this. So I'd appreciate you putting a book or a podcast in the chat there, if you wouldn't mind. That'd be great. Okay, so I'm going to close the recording, and unless you guys have any other questions or concerns you want to bring up right now, or do you want to hear more about what's happening?
All right, I posted on there.
Oh, thank you so much, Daniel. Let's see. Yep, there it is.
It's called
Okay.
Thinking Fast and Slow.
Wait a minute. The book, that's the name of the book?
Yep.
Say that again and tell me how it's affected your life. Would you mind?
Well, no, I'm going through it real slow because it's got some interesting things in it. But the coolest thing is the fellow who's an author is a behavioral science guy, and so what he's doing is he worked with this other fellow for a long time, and they were such good friends that they would work on stuff together. And then he says almost like we were married, because they could create sentences and finish sentences for each other, and they would have intuition about what they were studying. They'd never have arguments, but they'd have really raucous discussions sometimes. And but the part of it was they would think they were going to predict how people were thinking, and then all of a sudden they found out how wrong they were.
So how has that affected your life?
Well, it's reached up and slapped me on the side of the head a couple of times, because part of it is you learn that if you prejudge somebody, you're already wrong.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Well, Daniel, thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now, because let me see if I can get that up there. Stop the recording.